Hello students, today we are going to have a look on the sample paper which is published by CBSE 2025-26. It is published by CBSE to help the students to gain or score good marks in their board exams. So let's start this paper. I will help you to solve this paper to understand the terminology which is given there and the type of questions, which type of questions are given there and how to solve these questions. So let's have a look. English, its score is 301. It is 80 marks and the time allowed for the student is 3 hours. During this 3 hours, you need to solve all the sections which are given in the question paper. So let's read the question paper, its instructions first, very carefully. This paper has 13 questions. All questions are compulsory. This is very important to understand that not a single question you can leave. All the questions are compulsory here. Next is question paper contain 3 sections. This is very important, as well as you all know that English question paper is divided into 3 sections. One is the reading as it is given there. Second one is creative writing skills and the third one is literature. Now attempt all the questions based on specific instructions for each part. Write the correct question number and part thereof in your answer sheet. Yes, don't jump randomly on any of the question which is given in the question paper. You find that this question is easy or you know the answer of this question and you will start writing your question, that particular question into your answer sheet. It won't help you. You should follow the number sequence which is given in the question paper and you will write the answer in the same sequence. Next part, separate instructions are given with each question part wherever necessary. While you are attempting any question, read the particular instruction which is given there so that you can thoroughly and fruitfully attempt the question. The last instructions given there, that is adhere to the prescribed word limit while answering the question. Yes, don't exceed the word limit. Which question carries hardly 3 marks or 4 marks, you are investing extra time to write extra answer into that question. Because of it, you are losing marks in your long answer type questions. So if word limit is given for 50 words or 30 to 40 words, try to adhere the word limit. It will help you to attempt long answer fruitfully. Now we are jumping to the question number 1, reading, that is comprehension 1. One tip here I want to give you, that before reading your unseen passage, you should read the questions, because while you are reading questions, some of the keywords sometimes stuck into your mind. I'll show you how. Just check this first question. What is written here? Which textual evidence tells us that Pip was trembling? This is the key point. What the question is asking, majorly trembling words, where it is given in the paragraph. So let's move to the next part, right? We are moving towards the unseen passage. I'm just showing you one answer, that how to solve it and where you could find the first answer into your unseen passage. Ours was the marsh country down by the river within 20 miles of the sea. My first most vivid and bold impression of the identity of things seems to me to have been gained on a memorable raw afternoon towards evening. The low leaden line beyond was the river, and that the distant savage lyre from which the wind was rushing was the sea, and that the small bundle of shivers growing afraid of it all the beginning to cry was Pip. What was the question was asking? The question was asking that Pip was trembling. Which textual parts suggest this? So just check this. What is written over there? This is telling you something about what was happening there, right? Okay. So here, moving ahead. While you are reading this, you will definitely get the answer. So don't get confused while you are reading your unseen passage, right? This is how you are going to solve the question paper one by one, step by step. Now, I'm not going to solve the whole paper here because it's time bounded again for me as well. So I'm jumping to the next question. It is also comprehension part. As I suggest you that you should read the question first, then you start reading your unseen passage. It will definitely help you to get the right answer. Now just read again the questions given there. Some of the questions, they are given as MCQs. Some of the questions are given to write the answer in the paragraph form, line, statements, or even single word. So better if you could read the questions and the instructions given there very carefully. Especially the marks which are given there, which are awarded as the right answer. See, if this is the MCQ based question and it carries 1 mark, right? And you will definitely score directly 1 mark if you will pick the right option from the options given there. Okay, now we are jumping to the next part of this question paper, that is creative writing skill. It carries 18 marks. Division of the marks, of course, it is given after every question. So first question is given here. As I told you that CBSE always carries in their mind that every kind of child, every type of student, they are going to appear in the board exams. That's why they always give lots of choices in between the questions. So once you will jump to this section, writing section, you will find that every single question has internal choice. So question number 3, A and B. Whatever question out of these two you find easy for you, you can attempt it, right? So first question is asking to you to write a notice about 50 words. See, again, I'm telling you, every question is asking you within the word limit. Write your answer, frame your answer within the word limit, which is already given there in the question paper. Don't exceed your word limit. Notice writing. Notice writing is the very easy question which you can directly attempt into your answer sheet. Next question, as a choice here it is given, draft a notice again. So here 2 notices are given and internal choice is given. Out of 2, any one which you find easy for you, you can attempt. Now moving again, question number 4. Yes, question number 4 again carries 4 marks. Here also you will get internal choice, A and B part. It is asking you to, yes, it is draft an invitation for the annual music festival. It is invitation which you supposed to write here. Yes, invitation always gives you that puzzling idea that what kind of format you are going to follow here. If the question is given to you, see what is what this question is asking you. As the cultural secretary, Vignesh Kumar of JKL School, Jamshedpur, draft an invitation for the annual music festival inviting Gajendra, an acclaimed local musician, to perform and judge the event. 1 person, right? Whosoever is writing this, these particular person is going to invite 1 person. Means what format you are going to follow? You are going to follow letter format here, right? So keep in your mind that if you are writing invitation for 1 person, it carries which format? Letter format. Now moving to the next question, the internal choice part. Here it is given. You are Meena, currently residing at 45 Ashok Vihar, Nagpur. You have been invited to inaugurate a science exhibition at your alma mater, National Public School, Mumbai. Write a formal reply in about 50 words. Of course, it's a reply, and reply always written in letter format. So both are the letter format you have to follow here. Don't get confused at whether we should follow write this in the card format or in the letter format. 1 single invitee, of course, you have to follow letter format, and all the replies, they follow completely letter format. Now we are moving to the next question, question number 5. Attempt any one of the 2. Again, 1 more internal choice here. You people are very lucky because CBSE always thinks about the students. So check what this question is asking you to write. This is drafts the letter using your own idea as well as the cues given here. This is letter writing, letter to editor. You know, in all this writing section, section B, you must follow correct format to solve the question, because CBSE has divided the marks as well. If this question carries 5 marks, so whole 5 marks will not be deducted and whole 5 marks will not be given to the child. It will be segregated in different parts, like one is the format, one is for accuracy, one is for the content which you are going to write, and one is for the grammar and spelling. So in this way you will get the marks. Suppose format is wrong, so of course 1 mark will be deducted out of it, and format carries different part as well, don't forget that, right? So moving ahead, this is the letter writing, and here some clues for your help is already given. So don't get confused at how you are going to frame it. With these ideas which are given there, you can make your answer. You can frame your answer fruitfully so that you can score good marks. Moving to the internal choice given there, right? It's you are Lakshmi Kapoor from 15A, 51A, second floor, Shalimar Bihar, Delhi. You have come across the following advertisement in the Urban Echo for the post of the junior marketing executive at a leading marketing firm. This is job application. While you are drafting your job application, you have to follow 2 different formats. One is the letter format and the another one to frame your CV, your bio data. So this carries 5 marks again, but 2.5 marks is for the letter and 2.5 marks for the CV formation which you are going to write into your job application. So first part, letter format that you are going to draft to address the manager, to address the person to whom you are going to write this letter. How you find suitable for this post, who you are, what kind of education you have gained throughout your academics, and if you have any kind of experience and all. So in the next part of this question, you will write your CV. In that CV, you know that we have to follow 13 to 12 points which you need to describe as your name, your father name, your mail, your contact number, your address, your DOB, and then your educational qualification. So everything must be written in a chronological order, in a proper sequence. Then only you will be awarded with the complete 5 marks. So whatever question out of these 2 you find easy and you know you are confident enough in yourself that you can solve, you can follow. Now moving to the next part, that is question number 6. Again, I'm saying you that you people are lucky enough. CBSE is giving you internal choice in every question. So just check this one as well. Attempt question A or B. What this question is asking you to write, this is article writing. Question number 6, part A is the article writing, and part B, if you see here, this is report writing. So again, long extended writing carries 5 marks. But format is very important. While you are drafting your answer, don't forget to follow the format. Then you have to follow the content which is being asked to write in the question. So what question is arising here? What is the question given to you? The introduction of online learning platform, virtual classroom and interactive tools has made education more accessible and engaging. Of course, you are Noor Sheikh. Write an article for the monthly magazine edition of the Progressive Educator and discuss the role of digital communication in education. We know that how digital communication and this internet and online learning platform is helping to all the students. So what do you think? First, what we used to follow here. One is the heading, then your byline, who is the person writing here, as name is given here, Noor. So you are Noor. You consider yourself as the same person, and then you will write it. In the first paragraph of this article writing introduction, then the extended information about the introduction part, and later on the conclusion, how you are going to conclude it with your ideas and with your suggestion and how you find it fruitful, right? So next part of this question, As I told you, it is report writing, and report writing, of course, you need to follow different format. Heading, then time and date, then who is the reporter writing this, name of course given there. Don't forget that. Don't write your own name in your question paper anywhere, okay? Better to follow the same name which is given in the question paper. Now, what are you supposed to do here? While you are drafting your report, time, date, place, everything mentioned here, what you supposed to discuss here, what you have seen as a reporter, and what incident is being asked to discuss here is given the question paper. Same you need to follow. Sorry. Next is section C, literature part, from both the books, Vistas and Flamingo. In literature part, again you will get internal choice, lots of internal choice. Even you will get internal choice in the RCTs as well. Section A. In question number 7, section A, it is asking you to read this extract carefully, and then you will supposed to write the answers. And if I read one line, I don't think that you would you are going to puzzle that from which poetry the part is taken, from which poetry this extract is taken, because CBSE is already giving you name of the chapter or the poetry given there. If you read it, you will definitely understand that from which chapter or which poetry this section is, this part of extract is taken. So, what does the imagery of the ashen face of the mother suggested about her physical health condition, right? So, while we are reading this poetry, from the starting, we just got to know that how this Kamala Das as a child was thinking about her mother, but how poor, not poor exactly, but yes, her health was poor, and how weak she was looking to her, fragile, weak and unhealthy, which seems like going to die very soon, and she was afraid of the separation from her mother. So here, it's asking the mother physical condition. So she was weak, she was going to die, she seems like going to die, not exactly going to die, and she was fragile, she seems very weak and old, and poet has that fear of separation from her mother. Next, so here are multiple answers which can be corrected, but yes, if it is asking about the physical condition, means she was not well, she was not looking well, she was weak and she was fragile. Next, section, yes, B option here given, and again, you people, I must say that lucky enough that CBSE is, completely thinking about the student, that the child must not get confused during the exam. That's why they are giving chapter name and poetry name as well, even after every single question or single extract which they are giving to you. So here again, they are giving this extract from Aunt Jennifer. These lines are given here: when aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie. What does the phrase terrified hand suggest about aunt's life? What kind of suggestion you get from the poetry when you are reading it? So read all the poetry and the text part which is given in the books very carefully. You will definitely get the answers directly. Rote learning will not help you. Mugging up all the answers will not help you. So what will help you? To read all the questions, the text and the questions given after that thoroughly will definitely help you. So in this poetry, what Aunt Jennifer was thinking, how poet described this lady in her poetry, basically the condition of Aunt Jennifer in her family after the marriage, how she was struggling with within the marriage responsibilities and in her family, and how her husband, because the part in the poetry was not describing anything about her husband, but yes, some of the qualities, when you read it, you will definitely find that how she was treated by her husband. Now moving ahead, this is question number 8. Again, here, this is also the extract from the chapter, the third level. Of course, most confusing chapter, student find this chapter. The reason was the writer left the story like a open-ended story where a particular end was not given. Now, student, reader, or whosoever is reading, they need to find out what could happen with the two different characters, Sam or Charlie. So students, they struggle who is the real escaper from this chapter, or who is actually the person who has lost somewhere. So read this extract carefully and look the question number 1 given there. What does Charlie's indifference to the cost of old style bill and his focus on the price of eggs in 1894 suggest about his view of the past? So what he has in his mind, or he was actually thinking while he was just getting his money into the old style bill. So it was cheap, right? It was peaceful, and the commodities were very cheap in those days. Commodities means the daily necessities, things which they need to purchase. So the daily commodities were very easy to get in a very cheap, affordable price. Let's move to the next question. Here again, one more choice is given from on the face of it. So here 2 conversations are given from Derry and Mr. Lamb. What does Mr. Lamb mean when he says no, not the whole of you, not of you? What he was suggesting as a good mentor, what Mr. Lamb was trying to suggest this boy Derry, and how negative this boy was for his own life, for himself. So this is you supposed to write. I will definitely discuss you answer key as well, but just look the question first, then we will jump to the answer key. Now question number 9, read the following extract and solve any one of the given 2, A or B. Again, this is extract, and this extract is taken from the chapter The Rat Trap. Here the peddler was selling his rat traps, and he found himself trapped again in that whole materialistic world because of his one mistake. Now read the question. Which of the following best reflect the terrifying manner Edla's exhibits towards the rat trap peddler as referred to in the extract? So what expression you find when Edla was thinking something friendly manner? What kind of friendly manner she found while she came to invite that peddler, and when he came to the family? Now see, she said this in such a friendly manner that the rat trap peddler must have felt confidence in her. What did she say? It was she was pursuing him to go with her to the manor so that they could enjoy the Christmas. So options are given, and you need to find out how many options are correct there. How many options are correct in these 5 options? Out of 5, 1 or 5 is correct, 2 or 4 is correct, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 are correct. Now it's up to you that which one you find that these are the correct answer. Now we are moving to the next part of this question paper, that is question number 10. Now it comes to the answer of these question in 40 to 50 words. First, question number 10 is from the book Flamingo, and question number 11, it is from the book Vistas, right? So these 6 questions, out of 6 you should attempt only 5 questions, and word limit is given here, right? 40 to 50 words, and 2 marks for each question is given. So according to word limit, you should write your answer. You should frame your answer so that you would not invest your extra time in writing extra word in these short answers. What role does the French language play in the last lesson in the context of the narrator's feeling towards it? This question is asking the value of mother tongue and what Mr. M. Hemmel wanted to teach his students right? So here what he was thinking, that this is the most beautiful, logical, easy language to understand. In this way you need to write your answer. Now next, some of the value point of course must be written in short answers, so that the evaluator must find the correct word from the answer, so that they could give you marks. Now the next question is asking, what lesson can individual learn from the Douglas experience in overcoming his fear from his fear of water? This is from deep water. He has a water phobia. Douglas was very fearful of water. He did not want to jump into the water, and that was the reason he did not enjoy water sports in his life. But later on he realized that he should learn swimming. He should overcome from his fear so that he could live his life happily. So what kind of lesson can individual learn from that? Never give up, and you should overcome from your fear. Okay, based on what Keats suggests in A Thing of Beauty, you can recognizing the lasting value of beauty help someone in the real world cope with challenge or difficulties. In this poetry, a thing of beauty means the nature which gives you lots of things. The nature is always suggests you to enjoy your life, to always appreciate something in your life, right? So here, what thing of beauty? Keats, what he wants to suggest you, what he wants to tell to the student, to the learner, that they should think about the whole world. Now moving to the next question. How does Rudyard Kipling's refusal to be interviewed point towards the intrusive and unwelcome nature of interviewers? Interview, that's very important chapter. And of course nowadays we know how people are just crossing their line when they are interviewing anyone. So they do not even think that they are asking some personal question to the interviewer. So now just think about it. This problem is not today's problem. Since the generation when this culture of interview has came into the existence, same thing was happening. Even the Rudyard Kipling, he did not like being interviewed. The reason was given in the text, and you must have read that. And of course we are going to check the answer key, how CBSE just wants you people to frame your answer. What is the significance of a narrator in Lost Spring as opposed to a plain narrative? Okay, Lost Spring. What is the plain narrative? Writing simply, and not engaging readers in it. Sometime when the extended writing is given to you to read, or such type of articles are given to you to read, reader starts thinking that yes, it is not engaging, it is not enjoying, the reader is not enjoying enough while they are reading. So what that plain narrative opposed to plain narrative? Yes, because the writer, she connected some of the character in the story. She added some elements in the story that how these poor people are struggling to get their to fulfill their daily necessities. Poor children, they are struggling in this world, and they do not have even the education which is must for the children, which is the right of the children. So now question number 11. Question again, it is asking you to attempt any 2 out of 3, and word limit is 40 to 50. How can practicing in educational programs like Student on Ice, which take students to place like Antarctica, help raise awareness about the impact of geological changes and environmental issues? This question, this hotly debate in today's world, that is environment, global warming, right? So how this question is suggesting to the students that this concept would bring a change in our environment, and how would we save this planet, and how can we reduce global warming. For that, new generation, new learners, young generation must step into this matter and must check that what the other option can be taken to save this planet. Although we know what government is doing in whole world. Okay, now next move to the next. What does Jerry's remark? Think you might have been blinded or born deaf or have to live in a wheelchair. Reveal about his perspective on how people console others. Yes, consoling other, giving them advice, giving them suggestion. This can be happen, this could be done, and you are good enough that such things would not happen to you, and anything could have happened with the person. So these consoling statements would not give any kind of positive thought to Jerry about his own life. Not Jerry, sorry for that. Okay, next is, we are moving to the next, that is answer any one of the following two questions in about 120 to 50 words. It is long answer. So keep in your mind that the question which carries 5 marks, so more than 5 marks, you should pay attention on that. Right? How do Indigo by Louis Fisher and The Roadside Stand by Robert Frost highlight the theme of exploitation, and what similarities do they reveal about the plight of marginalized communities? Indigo, you remember the chapter where Gandhi showed his strength, and he came to that he came there with with Shukla, and he struggled a lot to get out of this situation, that indigo planters, where they were struggling to get their rights for that. How these reveal about the plight of marginalized communities. Marginalized communities, of course, the poor community that in that area. Okay, how can the character of the office boy in Poets and Pancakes, who honors dreams, be compared to Sophie from Going Places, who is quite aspirational, consider their ambition and the obstacles they face in their respective environment? Get out of the dilemma that he should save the enemy, or he should save the enemy, or what, he should hand him over to the police. So this was the great dilemma. And as a doctor, what he did, and as a patriot, what he did in the chapter. And somewhere in our life, we also struggle in the dilemma, what should we do first and what should we do later, and how he came out of this dilemma. This is very important. He fulfilled both the duties as a doctor as well as a patriot. Now moving to the next choice option given there. Analyze how the narrative technique used in The Tiger King enhanced the impact of the story on the reader. Yes, of course, that's a very, I must say that it's a satirical chapter given there, satire on the society. How high society people or rich people, they engage themselves into the hunting of the poor animals and they enjoy the scene. This is how they are doing. They were doing, not are doing, but yes, were doing. And how this chapter explained beautifully that even some of the humorous elements and some humorous comical dialogues were given in this chapter, which shows that writer very cleverly, very beautifully had brought out the satire in this chapter. Right? So this is all about the question given by CBSE. You have seen that variety of questions given and the different type of questions which are given there in one question paper. Now I'll show you the answer key. So once we check the answer key given by CBSE, you will find that different answers are given there. Although the complete answer you won't get in the sentence form, but yes, you will get definitely the major key point about the question. So I'm directly jumping to the literature part. But let's check the writing skills as well, that what kind of format. Yes, this is question number 3. We are going to start check it from question number 3. It was notice, right? You remember that the question was asking to write a notice. Here this is given the breakage of the marks, right? That 1 mark is for format, 2 mark is for content, and 1 mark is for accuracy and spelling of grammar. So while you are just writing all these answer, I told you about that earlier as well. Again, I'm telling you that CBSE has divided the marks, they have segregated the marks, and then they will allot it to the particular question. Now question number 4, it was asking you to write that invitation and replies. So again, format, content, and accuracy of spelling and grammar. So 4 marks is being segregated into 1, 2, 1, right? Now letter writing, format again 1. You know, I told you that format is very important in all the long answer or short answer type question. It is especially for section number 2, section number B. Section B is very important. You should follow the format in every single question, right? Here job application as well, letter to editor, job application. Here format, content, again it is divided into 2 parts because you supposed to write here 2 things. One is the letter and another is the job application. For letter writing, you will find that letter to editor, again it's a single question, single answer you supposed to write here, right? So format is 1, content is 2. Organizing of ideas, yes, what kind of idea you are going to discuss here in the letter to editor. So 1 mark is given there to organizing your idea, and accuracy, grammar, and spelling, of course you cannot neglect it. 1 mark is awarded for the correct spelling and grammar. So now moving to the next part, I'll show you. This is question number 6. Yes, article and report writing, right? Format everywhere, it's very important to follow the format. Don't forget that. Body of the letter, body of the article, or your report writing is very important. So according to that, format, title, and byline for article writing, right? Here also, if you have seen that marking scheme, I'll show you that how it is given there, what kind of body they are asking you to draft. The article should be crafted in this manner. Why CBSE has given this breakage of complete explanation? The reason is, student, they are not following actually properly the format while they are drafting their long answer. They usually jump directly to the conclusion, or they just find it that better to follow the format, and then they think that they would at least get 1 mark, but no help at all. You will get 0 for that. So better to write your answer properly, right? See how they have given you a complete explanation part of this answer, that how you're supposed to write it. Now moving ahead directly, yes, read the following extract. First extract, you remember it was given from My Mother at 66, right? So if this was the question, what I was saying you, that she was aged, she was frail, declining physical condition, vulnerable, weakening health, and lacks vitality. So either one option you can write there. Nobody's asking you to write all these options, but one option you can write there with the sentence form, right? Okay. Next, I'm showing you the short answer type question. Yes, here the question number 10. Answer any 5 of the following. Yes, 2 mark each question, right? In this duration, you will see that narrator's feeling towards the French language shift from the difference to deep appreciation and respect when it is no longer allowed to be taught. Yes, it happens when the things have been snatched from a person, or it happens that the child or anybody is not allowed to do the same activity, they start liking that. So that moment when Franz came to know that this is the last lesson, he starts thinking that the language is not that bad as he was thinking earlier. The books which he was thinking is a burden on himself, now he starts liking them. This is how happened. Now, so same thing is given there. Appreciation and respect when it is no longer allowed to be taught. Yes, of course. Also, French is the story symbolizes that the loss of freedom and the imposition of foreign control over the region. So yes, you are going to write that why he starts there thinking that French language is more important for them, these people, to learn. All these questions are given, although the complete answers are given, but I'm telling you that while you are framing your short answer, keep in your mind that word, don't exceed the word limit. It won't help you at all. Quiet bore, right? This is what sweet dreams. Recognizing beauty is our surrounding or lives can act as a refuge from stress, offering perspective and a sense of tranquility. Yes, sense of peace, sense of tranquility and sense of perspective. Offering perspective and refuge from stress. This is how a thing of beauty suggested by the poet John Keats. Now, all these answers, if you notice, just CBSE is asking you to write these answers within 40 to 50 word limit, right? This is how they are given. Now we are jumping to the long answer type question. I'll show you that some of the value points are given there. I'm not saying that this is the complete answer you're supposed to write, but yes, value point you must keep in your mind while you are drafting your long answer. What the question is asking to you and what you're supposed to write there. After that, now the main and important thing comes to you, that you should divide your section thoroughly, that which section you want to solve first. If you know that, if you find in the question paper that section B, writing section, is easy for you, so you start with that same section. If you find that section C, literature portion, is easier for you, so you can start your answers with the section C as well. But if you have selected any one section to start solving from wherever, start the whole section, end from start to end, one section. Question number 7 starts section C, right? So section C starts from the question number 7 to 13, all question in one go, right? If you start writing skills, no worries. Question number 3 to 6, all question in one go. Don't do that question number 3, then question number 7, then question number 4, and then you are going to attempt question number 8. It will not help you at all. Even your marks will be deducted. I'm telling you. It happens. And now, how to manage your time while you are drafting your question. Many a time I heard that students are complaining that time was less and we struggle to complete our answers. The reason was they never managed their time, right? It's a time-bound task. 3 hours you are allowed to invest in this question paper. What are you supposed to do? Do not try to give more than 40 minutes for one section. Reading section max to max 40 minutes. Writing section max to max 50 minutes. And literature max to max 60 minutes. If you will try to just segregate your time, you try to manage your time, you will definitely complete your paper within the time limit, and you will even get the time to recheck your answer. Somewhere it was something is left or some lines were left, so you can write it there. Okay, so goodbye everyone.